PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is incredibly popular right now. Just ask the 8 million people who, like me, have already purchased a copy. Before PUBG though, the Battle Royale game of choice for many people was H1Z1 King of the Kill. I played and streamed it constantly back in the day, but when PUBG released I jumped ship and I haven't been back since. Sucker! However, in a bid to win gamers back from Brendan's Battlegrounds, a brand new update for H1Z1 King of the Kill has just been released. It's called the Combat Update and it aims to retune the gunplay whilst also making some much needed changes to the core gameplay. But let's not beat around the bush here. In simple terms, this is an update aimed at making the gameplay feel closer to what you get with PUBG. So I decided now would be a good time to dive back into the arena and see what I've been missing. Will the combat update be enough to tempt me back, or will it be a case of too little, too late? Find out as I list off 9 ways H1Z1 King of the Kill aims to win you back with the combat update. Let's kick things off with the bang of a brand new gun, the Hellfire 46 SMG. The 46 shreds targets up close, making it a good weapon for newcomers and a great substitute for the shotgun if you prefer a faster fire rate. Unfortunately, the accuracy goes to shit at medium to long range, and it burns through a full magazine in a couple of seconds, leaving you super vulnerable in an open air firefight. Oh, bollocks! The rest of the guns have been tuned to provide dramatically different roles in the game. The AR-15 is still your standard long-range rifle, allowing skilled players to pull off some brutal headshots from a distance. But the AK-47 has been completely rebalanced to be more of a mid-range weapon. It now does significantly more damage than it used to, but to balance that, it's now much harder to control the recoil. The shotgun has been tinkered with as well and has had its spread widened, meaning it's much weaker at long range. Why won't you die, damn it? Oh, and there's also a new aim arc for throwables like grenades and molotovs, so you can lob hurty burny things at people much faster than you used to be able to and with much more accuracy. Daybreak have added a new dynamic reticle to the game. What does that mean? Well, now the circle of your reticle will be bigger or smaller depending on your stance, meaning you'll have more awareness over your bullet's accuracy. Stay still and aim and the reticle will tighten, awarding you with more accurate shots. Fire on the move or keep your finger on the trigger for too long and that reticle will widen, meaning your bullets are much more likely to hit everything except for your target. Come on, what the fuck? Tracer bullets have also been added to the game. You can use these tracers to help work out where your bullets are going and also to respond better to any bullets that are aimed at your face. They're set to on by default now, but you can toggle them off completely if you don't like them, or you can choose to have them only show for your rounds or only for your enemy's rounds. I actually really like this addition as the tracers are really useful for pinpointing exactly where enemy gunfire is coming from. Like from this dude who tried to sneak up behind me and oh, that is taking the piss! Gas rings near the end of the game are now significantly faster than they were before. This is to reduce the amount of awkward standoffs and keep the tension in each game as high as possible. It's noticeably faster than the ring in PUBG, and in the final rounds of a match, it's almost impossible to catch a breather unless you end up dead center of the circle. Daybreak have also implemented an under-the-hood change that gives the designers better tools to tinker with the speed and pacing of the gas, so expect them to continue refining it until they hit that sweet spot. Dude! Jesus! Back when I used to play H1Z1 a lot, the map was completely different to how it is now. They changed it in a big update a while back and removed all my favourite camping spots, so I got a little sad. In the combat update, Daybreak have changed the map again. Not by much this time, but they have added 5 new locations which may hold some brand new favourite camping spots. There's an old abandoned fairground, complete with Ferris wheel, which is non-rideable I'm afraid. There's also an old water treatment facility with a central tunnel system for some hidey-shooty runaway gameplay, a new shopping centre for some hardcore looting and shooting action, a fortified electrical utilities compound that will be a treat for snipers, and finally, Sunny Pines Trailer Park has been expanded into a proper community which features houses, warehouses, and even a church. Gold bless 'em. At long last, King of the Kill now has player markers on the map, so you can see exactly where you are in the grid square instead of having to make a hurried guess and risk choking on a face full of poisonous gas. In squads and duos, you can also see the location of your fellow teammates on the map, and you can even put down map markers for them to follow. Unfortunately, these map markers don't appear on your compass, so to follow them you have to keep looking at your map, and you can't place them at all in solos, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's something you can do in PUBG, and I really missed being able to do it here. You can now move your character around while looking at the map, and also whilst you're looting. Obviously, you can't move too far from the loot you're looting. If you do, the loot you want to loot will be lost, and you'll need to move closer to the loot bag to start the looting again. Looking at the map while moving is a great addition, of course, but you can't look at it while running. You have to slow down to a jog, which can get a little bit annoying. Finally, how's about a new cinematic camera mode for all your dynamic camera needs? This new dynamic camera will reframe itself automatically to give you the best view of the arena, but there's also the option to choose a static camera or go back to the classic camera mode if this one's a little bit too Michael Bay for your tastes. And it's not really Michael Bay, by the way, it's actually quite good. I found it much better to use than the classic camera anyway. So that's that, a quick roundup of some of the most important parts of H1Z1 King of the Kill's combat update. If I'm going to be brutally honest here, the changes are good and much needed, but it all feels a little bit threadbare, and it definitely seems to be a case of too little, too late. Even after this update, the game still feels like it's on the back foot to PUBG. King of the Kill isn't a bad game though, it's much more aggressive than PUBG and the loot system is a lot simpler, but these new changes do make it much more satisfying to play. If you have King of the Kill in your Steam library already and you've not touched it since PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds came out, I'd definitely recommend re-downloading it and giving it a spin now to see how you like it, especially if you're up for something with a faster pace than PUBG. There's definitely some fun to be had with a return visit, but until it's had a few more updates, I'm pretty certain King of the Kill won't be jostling for PUBG's position on the Steam Store's charts. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do a like, do a subscribe, and maybe even do a watch of one of these fine videos that are on screen right now. Oh, and do have a lovely day. Goodbye.